In the cold light of day, victims were still being removed from Pulse nightclub as the scale of the mass shooting became apparent.
Because of the scale of the crime, I've asked the governor to declare a state of emergency. We're also issuing a state of emergency for the city of Orlando so that we can bring additional resources.
As the death toll mounted, families began to hear the worst possible news.
I love you, bro. Your name. You didn't die in vain, bro. I love you. You will always be remembered. Rest in peace.
Many of the hospitalized victims are in a critical condition.
We immediately brought in 6 trauma surgeons to respond, including 1 pediatric trauma surgeon. We have spent the morning operating on a number of victims. We continue to operate on them. We have found many of them are critically ill as a result of their injuries. And we are in the process of trying to reunite families as we identify the names of these victims.
Oh my God.
In the early hours of Sunday morning, amateur footage captured exchanges of fire as SWAT teams moved in on the gunman in a bid to save hostages. He was then found dead. There were scenes of chaos and panic as the wounded were tended to outside the club, while police helped to ferry them to nearby hospitals. Some 300 people were in Pulse nightclub just before closing time when the sound of gunshots rang out across the dance floor as bullets sprayed on the crowds.
The person I was with was shot in the back. I had to take my bandana off and tie it up, put it in the bullet hole that was in his back so that he wasn't bleeding.
Police say the man appeared to be carrying an assault-type rifle and a handgun and had a suspicious device on him, which is now being investigated. The FBI said it's still investigating whether this was a hate crime against gay people or a terrorist act. Either way, it's now been confirmed as the worst mass shooting in US history.